Imagine it's your birthday. You are meeting a friend at your favourite cafe. Your heart is happy. You've had a lovely, calm day. The sun is out and the birds are singing. You enter the cafe and you see your friend beaming at you. You smile back. And then, suddenly, there's a huge shout from a dozen different voices as your friends and family explode into view from behind tables and chairs. Surprise! Does this imagined scenario fill you with excitement and joy, or is it your worst nightmare and you feel awkward and disoriented? Do you love big surprises, or do they fill you with dread? Wherever you find yourself on that spectrum, I'm sure you enjoy a small, delightful surprise every now and then. A rainbow is a beautiful surprise after a rain shower. An unexpected thank you note or a hug can be a warm surprise. But did you know that beyond making you feel good, surprises can actually help you learn better? I'm Anushka Fitzherbert, a math teacher and mother of 3 curious children. I live joyfully through math, and my mission is to help all children do the same. The thing I love most about math is being surprised. I have taught math for 10 years, and all through those years, I have taken absolute delight in surprising my students. I believe teaching math through mathematical surprises helps children find joy in math and themselves. To this end, I have read up about it, studied it at Oxford and Warwick universities, and practiced it over my teaching career, and with my own kids. In this course, you will learn about the science of surprise. You will engage in some delightful math surprises, and most importantly, you will learn how to use mathematical surprises in your classrooms to delight your students and nurture a joy in learning. When my son was 4, he went through a phase of bringing me a surprise every morning in bed. He would race up the stairs in the early hours, and I'd have to force myself awake. He'd ask me to close my eyes, that was easy, then place something quite mundane in my hand, a piece of paper or the wheel of his toy car. Then he'd say, "Surprise!" and I would groggily feign delight and amazement at my treasure. He had learnt this word and the wonderful feeling that accompanied it when he was given a surprise gift, and he wanted to recreate it for me every morning at 5 a.m. I don't usually like surprise events. I feel embarrassed and awkward in the sudden spotlight. It makes me jumpy, and I loathe being caught off guard at a collective surprise. But I do love a mathematical surprise, and lucky for me, math is full of surprises. It turns out the warm, fuzzy feeling I get when I experience a happy, surprising result when working on a bit of math actually helps me think better. My brain works better when it is surprised. This phenomenon has been studied and documented. Researchers at Johns Hopkins University found that infants are born with some knowledge about the world, and they learn best when their expectations are challenged. They found, and I quote, "When something surprises a baby, like an object not behaving the way a baby expects it to, the baby not only focuses on that object, but ultimately learns more about it than from a similar yet predictable object." Psychologist Michael Rusell, who studies the neuroscience of surprise, says surprise can increase learning and change the lives of our students in positive ways. You will learn all about the relationship between surprise and learning in the next lesson of this course. Mathematical beauty and surprise are also related to each other. Math education researcher Rani Satyam found that surprise plays an important role in mathematical beauty. She says simplicity alone is oftentimes not enough for a piece of mathematics to be considered beautiful, but rather it is the unexpected simplicity that we seek. Surprise is necessary for enlightenment. In G.H. Hardy's A Mathematician's Apology, he talks about this relationship. He says, what purely aesthetic qualities can we distinguish in such theorems as Euclid's and Pythagoras's? In both theorems, there is a very high degree of unexpectedness, combined with inevitability and economy. The arguments take so odd and surprising a form. The weapons used seem so childishly simple when compared with the far-reaching results, but there is no escape from the conclusions. So mathematicians and researchers tell us math and surprise go hand in hand. We will learn more about that special relationship in this course, and you can experience a few mathematical surprises yourself. And finally, how do we bring it all together in the classroom? How can surprises be used in math classrooms to delight your students, enhance their mathematical thinking, and change their self-belief for the better? We look at this through the theory of cognitive dissonance. Its role in learning was first proposed by development psychologist and giant of pedagogical theory, Jean Piaget, in the early 20th century. Cognitive dissonance, or cognitive conflict in math, is when a prediction or pattern breaks down and so compels a student to look deeper at the structure involved and search for meaning. Offering tasks and situations that disrupt students' prior beliefs or expose their misconceptions can become pivotal points of learning. We will look more into Piaget's theory and what other math teachers and educators have to say about the role of surprise in math. I'll also share a few activities in the classroom to help you harness this element of surprise. I can't wait to get started and surprise you with delightful research into surprise in the brain and surprise and math. I'm Anushka Fitzherbert. Join me to deepen learning with surprise to make your students better and more joyful mathematicians.